are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
Hello, 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 and welcome once again to another fantastic, wonderful Tuesday. Welcome back, everyone. I know you've been thinking, where's the guy been? Where has that dressed down CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery been? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was in a little hiatus and now I'm back. Welcome back. Good to see you all. Hope everybody has been fine and dandy, living up to what we always call your best potential and your best opportunities. If you forgot who I am, my name is Tyrone Glover, and I'm the Dress Down CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery. And today, as it has been all month of April, it is Financial Literacy Month, and I hope that everybody has been doing what they need to be doing to remain financially literate. And if you haven't, we're going to address that today. We're going to make it very personal, directed towards you, the public. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope that the last couple of months has been great for you. We went through January, February, March, and April. We went through some key moments, key months, and I hope that at the beginning of the year, when we started talking about the importance of what you're going to have to do for the next, again, 2 years. We got 2 years. Now we're down a little bit to a year and what is that, 8 months? And the reason why I'm talking so about the time frame is because, again, we got a new political cycle that's going to be coming up. That political cycle is going to determine whether we get a Trump-esque or a Biden-esque individual or person. It really, at this point, doesn't matter. As long as you are doing what you need to be doing. I've said it before, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars have been pumped into this economy. Millions, tens of millions of people have retired, or not necessarily retired, but the great resignation. There are a lot of factors and things that have happened over just the last 4 months. And if you paid attention, if you stayed focused, guess what you're now going to be able to do? You're going to be able to capitalize. You're going to be able to benefit from a lot of what has transpired. And the best way to do that is we are all going to have to get financially literate. So April is financial literacy month, and we're coming up on that last few days of this month. But as we move through the next month of May and so forth and so on, again, you have to start doing what's important for your financial understanding, financial stability, financial freedom, financial fortitude. It's overdue time for the working poor and the middle class. We have been put in a position, unfortunately, that has not paid off. And it's now time that we make these things pay off. If we're not, it's you're going to miss out. And I am exhausted with watching individuals miss out. Exhausted. I hear clients all the time. I talk to passive buyers all the time. I'm a teacher in school, and I'm watching my littles up to the 12th graders not have the ability to do or even understand the basics of what being financially literate is. So today, as we dive into it, this is a two-part series. So I want you all to go ahead and do what you do, which is grab that device, let individuals know, hey, he's back. The guy is back. The man is back. The Dress Down CEO is back, and he is going to give it to you like we always do, straightforward and to the point. All right. So If you haven't already, go ahead and get me logged into. I always got to make sure that I am doing what I need to be doing. Don't run away from me just because I turned my head a little bit to the left. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. No, I'm going to those other social media platforms and letting them know, hey, we're back. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. That's what we do. All right, so we're going to jump right on into this PowerPoint, and we're going to be talking about, as I stated, what is financial literacy? What is it? Presented by Tyrone Glover, the CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery. And before we begin, I want to play a little short video here. It's about 4 or 5, maybe 6 minutes. But what's important about this video is that it highlights a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So just bear with me and let's begin.
Become financially free. The most precious asset that you will ever have is financial literacy because of how important it is. Financial literacy is the capacity to comprehend financial principles and to use them effectively in your own life. Financial literacy includes the ideas of budgeting, bill paying, investing, upholding good credit, limiting debt, and managing a retirement account. Your most precious asset is financial literacy because it, more than any other element, influences how successful you are with money in general. Lottery winners who lack financial knowledge may quickly find themselves back in debt. The same is true for some professional athletes who do not save money or make smart investment while they're playing. No matter how much money you make, if you just waste it all, it doesn't matter. Middle-class folks can also become millionaires by being frugal and making regular investments. Regardless of the majority of other variables, a lack of financial literacy is the main barrier to a long-term financial success. In this video, we will talk about financial literacy and how it will help you become financially free. What are the 5 guiding principles of financial literacy? The first stage is to comprehend the 5 fundamentals of financial literacy. Earn. The majority of individuals define earning money as trading their time for cash, payments, or paychecks. Working for a client, employer, or company owner can earn you money. In the gig economy, you can work for others, create logos, transport people, or carry goods in your car for a pay without having an employer. There are countless options, but making money involves more than just doing the labor for others or exchanging your time. Millionaires think differently than the average person. Your very top priority as an owner of a business, a professional, and as an entrepreneur is to figure out how to add value for others. Save and invest. This is the capacity to save some of the money that you earn rather than spending it all right away. Savings are later turned into investments by purchasing stocks, bonds, or other assets, which we will discuss in a moment. It is vital to understand investing. Protect. Wealth protection is a term used in the financial sector to describe wealth management methods and tactics that assist people, families, and organizations in safeguarding their assets. Because life doesn't always go as planned, everyone has to have protection in place. For an instance, you might lose your job or be injured or be unable to work. If you don't have wealth protection in place, this could result in bankruptcy or the foreclosure of your property. Spend. This principle is about the capacity to manage your spending and create a budget so that you may stay within your means while yet having money to save for the future. By shopping around and weighing your options, you can be sure that you are receiving a fair deal with your purchases or for your purchases. Make sure that you are living within your means when you are thinking about making a significant purchase and decide whether it is a need or a want. Borrow. The final principle is about knowing when and how to take out loans to buy assets like houses. Knowing how to get out of debt, such as credit cards, and not overspend on a car loan are also important skills to have. The ability to borrow money enables important purchases, such as attending a college or purchasing a home. Make sure that you can handle a debt before considering taking it on. Debt is not always a terrible thing. In fact, it can increase your wealth by meeting your liquidity demands as your investments increase. What are the key financial assets? Now you know the principles of financial literacy, we go to the financial assets. We mentioned assets by the principles of saving and investing. We believe it's critical for you to understand a few key assets on your way to financial freedom. Now let's begin by discussing the first asset. Asset 1, financial literacy. This is the ability to manage personal finances effectively. 2, financial intelligence, the understanding of how capital functions in a business, accounting, and the stock market. 3, ability to earn money, having the knowledge, training, and experience necessary to be paid for your efforts. 4, business, having a profitable company that pays you. 5, partner, getting married to a person who will be a financial advantage to you, either through support, wisdom, or their own income. 6, cash flowing asset, something that you own that consistently pays you while you own it as a cash flowing asset. They could be tangible, intangible, or digital assets. 7, stocks, owning a varied selection of companies from various industries and market caps are known as having a stock portfolio. 8, real estate, having a home or other property for investment. 9, gold. When compared to keeping fiat currencies, these precious metals has historically served as both an inflation hedge and a store of purchasing power. 10, digital assets. Anything of value that you own in the digital form falls under this category, which also includes websites, ebooks, e-courses, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and crypto real estate. These are also interchangeable as assets with cash flow. 11, diploma. A monetizable degree is a valuable asset that can help you land a job in the field of your choice. The cost of the degree and the expected earnings throughout the course of your career are crucial factors in your decision. Over the previous 20 years, the price of degrees has skyrocketed. Due to the rise in college graduates and the loss of so many white-collar jobs to technology, the value of a college education has also decreased. Before obtaining any degree, consider the return on the investment. 12, cryptocurrency. The value of a cryptocurrency depends upon its use as well as the supply and demand for a given coin at any given time. Bitcoin has given the world of currencies a new category. Despite of this, cryptocurrency is a very risky and a volatile investment. Additionally, it does not only rely on profits or cash flow like businesses or real estates do. Nevertheless, it ranks among the world's largest asset classes. What is your most valuable financial asset? Your single biggest financial asset is not your house or your retirement portfolio. It's your ability to earn an income. For most people, this will be their ability to work a job in their career of choice. For the rich, it can be their cash flow from investments, real estate, royalties, or a business. As long as you maintain your ability to earn, then you can get a new house or build a new retirement portfolio. When you choose your ability to earn, then you must start using your assets for living expenses. Your ability to earn the most money possible and the worth of your financial literacy determines the speed and size of your financial success. What role does financial intelligence play? There is a FI for financial intelligence, just as there is an IQ for reasoning ability and an EQ for emotional intelligence. Being smart with money and finances means knowing how the capital markets operate. Knowing about balance sheets, accounting principles, and how businesses make a profit helps someone with high financial intelligence comprehend how businesses operate. High FI individuals are also knowledgeable about how the stock market and investing operates. High FI individuals are aware of how businesses raise capital, allocate it for rewards, and control the danger of financial catastrophe. What is the most valuable asset to own for you? So, what is the most valuable asset for you? A profitable business is the most valuable physical possession somebody can own. Owning an intellectual property that generates a stream of royalties or licensing payments is the most valuable digital asset that you can have, due to their ability to be scaled up to a higher value without significant additional time, energy, or labor input. These assets may be the most valuable to own. While you hold them, they also provide cash flow for you and increase their value. These assets combine growth and cash flow. The most valuable asset to possess is the one that consistently offers you a return on your investment. Consider cash flow as a tool to determine an asset's worth. Cash flow is a recurring event, whereas the capital gains are one-time events. Think of the most valuable assets as developing, building, buying, and owning streams of cash flow, whether through stocks, businesses, trading systems, or real estate. Being educated and financially literate is the first step on the road to financial success. Discover the road to earning a nice, steady income. Transform your earned income into assets that generate revenue. You will be financially independent once the cash flow from your assets exceeds your living expenses. Thanks for watching Millionaire's Mind.
And there you have it, folks. I really wanted to put that out there because it was so important to make sure that as we move through the understanding today, that you all got a glimpse at what it is to be financially literate. Financially literate, again, financially literate. The young man spoke about a variety of different topics, and I put them here as today's discussions. But as I told you, this is a two-part series. So we're going to cover the left-hand side first, and then next week we're going to cover the right-hand side. But these, again, I cannot stress it enough. The more that you understand how literate you must be. Again, we go to school to learn how to read. That's a different form of literacy. We go to school to learn math. We go to school to learn a variety of different subjects that are supposed to guide us and steer us in the right directions of what we want our life to be. The one thing that they're not teaching in school, or at least not in all schools, and it needs to become part of the daily regimen, is that we have to learn how to get financially literate. Whether you do have some in school or whether you don't have some in school, the importance of what you're going to need as you move through the course of your life is knowing how your money works. My good friend Dr. Yana B. Woodhouse says it all the time. Knowing how your money works. If you don't have a plan for success, you definitely have a plan to fail. In financial literacy, without these knowledge, without these key components or these core objectives, these understandings that you must have, you're definitely on the pathway to failure. And I'm talking primarily, as I've always have done before, I'm talking to the working poor. I'm talking to the middle class. I need you all, those two groups, to understand. Those on Wall Street or on the CNBCs or on the Fox Business or all these business channels, they're not talking to you. They're talking to their counterparts, those extra high elites or wherever they may come from. They're talking to them. Billionaires don't talk to poor people. They talk at poor people. They talk down to poor people. They talk about poor people. They're not talking to poor or middle class people when it comes to those types of investments. So it's really important to understand that lane. It's also equally important to understand that those stairs that we want to take, they're still there. We just have to get literate, financially literate, to understand, oh, okay, I can be wherever I need to be, but I want to be here. And how do I get there? Well, I'm telling you now, following our suggestions and recommendations. If you don't trust us, find someone that you trust. That must be a willing partner who's looking after your well-being, not just their well-being. Because trust me, I can tell you, that's why I got the name The Best Good Guy, because I could probably be the best bad guy, but no way, no how. I am ascending. It's not going to be in purgatory, and it's not going to be descending. My good deeds is what's going to get me to where I need to be, not just here on this planet, but also when the good man upstairs decides to call my name. So the first item on the agenda today is talking about financial literacy. And what is it? So, what is financial literacy? Financially literate individuals use financial knowledge to make better financial decisions. Bottom line, that's all you have to remember right there. Financially literate individuals use financial knowledge to make better financial decisions. I'm a spender. I'm someone who, again, it's one of my Achilles heels, and I love to buy clothes. I love to look nice, but I'm a frugal spender. And what a frugal spender is someone who will shop for those deals, someone who will wait for that ideal moment to go out there into the world of consumption and buy. And I am literally a frugal shopper. I love it. I understand it because I spent a majority of my life within the retail sector that taught me, wait a minute, these clothes and this merchandise and all of this that we buy is being marked down. And if they have obviously an intro price, they're getting it obviously very, 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 very low. And then they mark it up so that they can, as time and seasons go on, they can mark it down. They mark it down as long as they're making their profit, which they do. And again, if you don't know, you're definitely one who's going to be taken advantage of. They're not telling anyone to stop shopping. Now, I would rephrase what I just said if you want to think about inflation, because 2 years ago, inflation was 1.32. You don't believe me? Google it. 1.32 inflation. It went as high as almost 9%. And we were still out there shopping and shopping and shopping and shopping, but yet we were complaining. I don't get that. You're either going to shop or you're going to complain. It's going to be one of the two. You can't do both, even though you can, but I'm just saying, what legitimacy is it behind it? You want inflation, the monetary policies that are creating a lot of what's going on, you want that to go down? Stop shopping. Demand upon our regulators, hey, we'll slow down the economy if you want to. Feds are going to do what they need to do to keep the stock market and keep those at the top that are not, again, not talking to you, working poor and middle class. They're going to do what they need to do. But I'm asking you to do what you need to do. And first and foremost, you have to get financially literate. So who am I? And what gives me the knowledge and the skill sets to do what I am able to do? So as I said before, Tyrone Glover, home-based business creator and founder of Leverage Credit Recovery. I'm a veteran. Spent my good amount of time in the United States military learning a trade that taught me about how to get into this line of work. Logistics. Logistics is amazing. It is truly amazing. It allows for you to learn about raw materials, how they become full-on products, and how they get from place to place. One of the best opportunities I could honestly say about my whole military career was being a veteran. Was being in the military, was being in the Army, and now being a veteran. I'm so grateful to be able to help a lot of individuals out there who, again, could benefit from all of what I have to offer. Former executive or corporate executive, substitute teacher, which I'm totally engaged in, credit recovery, day trading, coach, activist, enthusiast, advocate, summary judgment intermediary. I'm out to help whoever wants the ability to move forward financially. It's just that simple. If you want the ability to move forward financially, you have no other choice but to seek out individuals like myself. If you don't agree with me, don't believe me, don't trust me, find someone else that you trust, and hopefully they will give you just as good advice as I'm giving you today. But I'm telling everybody, come on back, come on over. So again, my name is Tyrone Glover. I'm the founder and CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery. I've had the pleasure of assisting hundreds, if not thousands, of consumers over the past 20 years resolve credit-related concerns and issues. As an educator, I've had the unique opportunity to educate all levels of society, from corporate boardrooms to the classroom. I possess skills, knowledge, and abilities which have made me a true asset and authority in the space related to personal and business credit. disciplined, committed, highly educated veteran of the United States Army and former corporate executive by way of European studies. I'm an enthusiast, an activist, an advocate for our most vulnerable who have been abused, deceived, and misinformed by all forms of predatory lending, the courts, and credit reporting agencies. Yes, this is what being financially literate has allowed for me to uncover and now expose. You need this, folks. You need someone like me in your life. Erykah Badu has made it abundantly clear you need to start calling Tyrone. We can, we must, we will improve the financial lives of the working poor and the middle class. Full stop. Whether we have a Biden, whether we have a Trump, whether we have a Haley, whether we have a whoever, Christy, it does not matter. From this point on, if you don't get financially literate, you're going to be setting yourself and those who you are responsible for, you're going to be setting them up for failure. Overdue time, and I'm going to say it again, overdue time for African Americans, overdue time for Hispanics, overdue time for poor whites, poor Middle Eastern, poor Asians, poor, this mix of poor and middle class individuals that we have in this country. It's overdue time for us not to be financially literate, and I'm here expressing the importance of why you must. Next part of that financial piece is becoming financial health. What is financial health? Becoming financially healthy because becoming a financially healthy individual is not so difficult. There are just a few things to know, but finding the motivation to make the informed decisions every day can be the greatest of challenges. Breaking bad habits is going to be a challenge. Choosing the right transaction method is going to be a challenge. I've heard from several individuals who say, oh, I don't like to use credit. It does this and it does that. Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, it doesn't matter. If you're not using financially building transaction methods, you will not increase your financial ability. Again, one more time. If you are not using financially building transaction methods, you will not increase your ability to be financially stable. It's just that simple. You got to want to get healthy, and healthy starts with you first. You got to love yourself. You got to appreciate yourself. You got to know the value of your dollar. And once you understand it, then you have to start transactioning differently. Just because we run to our debit and credit debit cards and our cash, what are you really getting back from that? Is that really healthy? It's really not, because debit and cash only tells the institutions that you go to or you frequent, thank you so much, please come again. There is no building mechanism to debit and cash at all. None. So the first part of getting financially healthy is understanding, am I using the right transaction method to build my financial stability? And if you're not, now is the time that you have to start thinking about that. Whether you use a unsecured credit product or whether you use a secured credit product, but you have to decide what type of credit product are you going to use. Building transaction method products is what you should be considering, thinking about, and then using to create that financial health. So what is personal financial intelligence? Are we all, we are all intelligent to some degree. We possess the skills and the understanding. And this is such funny. I love this piece here. It says, how am I supposed to live? Well, if you're not financially literate nor financially intelligent, trust me, we just heard a report yesterday how many millennials and, sad to say, baby boomers and Gen Xers who are now thinking, wow, I'm one paycheck away from being homeless almost. I'm one paycheck away from not having the abilities to do what I need to do. The pandemic has hurt us. Prior to the pandemic, we got hurt by the mounds and mounds of bailouts that happened. That all falls back on us, the consumer. And guess who gets hurt the most from it? Now, it's sad to say that African Americans and Hispanics, poor and middle class, get hurt the most, but we're resilient, folks. We are some of the most resilient people on the face of the planet. No matter what's been thrown at us, we still manage to make the best out of. Well, I'm here now to tell you, in the midst of chaos, there are opportunities. Well, you now have an opportunity. Someone is investing in you, investing in your financial literacy, and also getting ready to explain to you what is personal financial intelligence. Financial intelligence is the ability to understand and effectively manage one's financial affairs. It involves a combination of knowledge, skills, and attitude that enables individuals to make informed decisions about their financial resources, both in present and in the future. So, if you do that now, your future is going to be great. It's going to be rosy. It's going to keep you out of what you see here. This individual, I believe that's Leonardo DiCaprio. And again, from a movie, but it was so poignant. It was so important to let you see this individual again expressing, how am I supposed to live? How are you supposed to live without the ability to understand how your money works? How are you supposed to live properly? How are you supposed to live with a better attitude towards the next day and the next day? We are all not necessarily competing, but we're all going for that same objective, to be happier, to be more fit, to be more stable. And the only way we're going to get there is through certain understandings. We can't do this on our own. We need coaches. And if you're watching the playoffs right now, every single one of those baseball teams or basketball teams, they have a coach. If you're waiting for the next season of whatever is to come right after basketball, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's baseball, they all have coaches. Name any of your favorite teams. What do they have? They have coaches. We all need someone who can walk us through. And my 30 plus years of being part of corporate America has only positioned me ideally for this very moment in our history. So if you want to get financially literate, you want to be financially intelligent, if you want to find yourself on the path to stability, financial stability, well, there's no other place to go but making sure you reach out to us here at Soul City Network, making sure you reach out to me, Tyrone Glover. You can Google my name. It'll pop up. You can go to Soul City here on Facebook or Meta. You can go to Soul City Network out there in YouTube land. We are all over. Thing is, you got to find us. We're out there putting our name and our brand out there. We're making sure that you have the resources. Now share this knowledge, share this understanding. Use it for yourself first, but make sure you present it in the manner in which you can get others. And it's not about buying into, it's not about selling you anything. This is a straight up offer. And if you believe that your financial situation is not where it needs to be, then you have no other choice or option but to start making sure that you are doing what you need to do to stabilize your finances. Right? The ability to earn money, the ability for a person to earn money or for a company to make a profit. One looks for every opportunity to increase one's earning power. When's the last time that you actually sat down with your boss and renegotiated your work contract? When's the last time you even went into your boss's office and said, hey, boss, 2 years ago, inflation was at 1.32, and today it's just around 6. It's really hurting me, and I haven't really seen you or anyone give me a little bit of something to stabilize that. And I know, as I keep saying it over and over and over, you watch these shows, and they talk about The middle class and the poor, they have made a little bit. But what is 2%? What is 1%? What is these tiny, small fractions of percentages that they keep saying, oh, the middle class and the poor are doing better? Great. They are doing better. But those up at the very top are doing exceptionally well. So it's good to do better, but I'd love to be in the category of doing exceptionally well. If you don't follow it like I follow the earnings of companies. And companies are making money, profit, hand over foot, hand over foot, hand over foot. Shares are being distributed to shareholders, dividends. All of these understandings that we don't have are being given out to those who do, and they have in abundance. I'm going to shock you again, but there are three individuals who have more wealth than 50% of our population. Three individuals have more wealth than 50% of the population, U.S. population. Okay, that should alarm you. It should scare you. And I can tell you one thing about those three individuals: they're financially literate, they're financially intelligent, they understand the ability to make money. Everything that I'm getting ready to cover, I guarantee you those three individuals not only possess, but they are skilled at. And the individuals around them are equally skilled at those things as well. So we got to start taking this deadly serious, because it is a life or death situation. And as we move from one situation to the next situation, from one issue to the next issue, from one concern to the next concern, we can start eliminating a lot of what feels uncomfortable to us. We can start eliminating that, but you have to want it more than those who are presenting it to you. Business. So business is defined as an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, and professional activities. Businesses can be for-profit entities or non-profit organizations. Business types range from limited liability companies to sole proprietorships, corporations, and partnerships. That's a key element, again, to financial literacy, understanding. Am I a business? Am I a hobby? What type of business do I work for? Understanding the business that you work within. I'm a teacher now. That is being ran like a business. I agree that it should not be ran like a business, because it doesn't matter whether you're a black student, white student, Hispanic student, a male student, a female student, whatever adjective you're being described to at this particular moment. Understanding the entity or the business in which you are performing or engaging will only strengthen your financial understanding. It's just being literate. Checking and savings accounts. I know it seems like this is going deep. Well, that's the whole purpose, is to get you to start thinking about how financially literate and how financially intelligent are you. Checking and savings accounts. The main difference between checking and savings accounts is that checking accounts are primarily for accessing your money for daily use, while savings accounts are primarily for saving money. A checking account is going to yield you 0.03. Now, again, 0.03, and we're all thinking, well, that's nothing. I hope you're all thinking that's nothing, because that is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. But yet, how many of us out there have a savings account and a checking account? If you might not have a savings account, by now you probably sure have a checking account. And with this new government process that's going to be coming out, it's going to be making sure that everybody is bankable. So again, another part of that financially literate piece that you must understand. Where am I going to be putting my resources? Am I just going to be using those tools that are given to me from a lending, or from a checking or a savings institution? And are they really giving me back what I should be getting back based on what I'm giving them? Checking accounts are considered transactional, meaning that they allow you to access your money when and where you need to. But there are fees associated with accessing your money. And these banks have strategically set that up so that we, again, middle class and poor individuals, will always be the, shall we say, the piggy banks, or, well, much larger than piggy banks now. They're making foot, hand over foot on our resources, and we are getting nothing back in return. Now, I'm not saying or advocating put your money in the mattress. No, don't do that, because there was a horror story once that I read or heard where a daughter was doing something nice for her mom, but never knew that mom was putting her money in the mattresses. So daughter was like, oh my God, we got to change this mattress. Mother needs a better mattress. So of course they threw out the old mattress, not thinking, not even, again, this was a gesture of goodwill. Threw the lady's mattress out. Come to find out that the lady had all of her life savings in that mattress. Life savings in that mattress. All right. So again, when you decide checking, savings, or both, please make sure that you're negotiating with your potential business partner about your return. I know you might think, well, can we do that? Can we negotiate? If you don't negotiate, then they're going to do what is best for their business. Cash flow assets. The term cash flow from assets is used in the accounting to describe the total of all cash flow related to business assets. You are a business. You are the CEO of your household. Your children are your investments, and your friends are your assets or your liabilities. So when it comes to every single issue that we're talking about here, you got to think about yourself as not just a consumer or a parent or a mother or a father or a loved one, caregiver, whatever. You have to start thinking about yourself as a business, and how is your business faring? Without financial literacy, I can tell you right now, your business can't be faring that well. Without financial intelligence, I can tell you right now that business cannot be faring as well as it should. To calculate cash flow from assets, you must add together all three types of cash flow: operations, net income plus any net cash expenses such as depreciation and amortization. All right. I know these are words that you're probably thinking, why is he sharing these words with us? We don't know what this means. Well, this is a intro course, 101 into making sure that you start looking at, yeah, I might not know what it means now, but by tomorrow, I'm going to definitely know what this means, because my business, it can't be continued. It cannot be running in the manner in which it's running. And I'm not talking about my business, because business is good over here. I'm telling you, we're helping so many people. I had a great webinar yesterday with the NAACP of White Plains and Greenberg. It was awesome. All of my students today are now looking at me like, where have you been all my life? Because you're talking about things that I wish others were talking about in these academic communities and settings. I can't wait to work with even more nonprofit organizations. I'm doing a library spot every Saturday. Obviously, you can see me here every Tuesday. So business on this end is good, because I understand that I had to become financially literate, financially intelligent, in order to be able to sit here and give you and deliver upon to you the importance of why now you must take the necessary steps. Digital assets. A lot of people are thinking cryptos and NFTs and all of these other newfangled things that are out there. Bitcoin was way up here, and now it's way down here. Dogecoin was way up here, and now it's way down here. Things are cyclical. What goes up must eventually do what? Come back down. So it's not about going crazy. It's about making sure that they're regulated properly so that people can't just take advantage of the vulnerable or newly individuals who might be entering into that digital or that new space. Over the last couple of months, if you haven't noticed it, I definitely have noticed it over the last couple of years, my apologies, all of these newfangled financial opportunities that have now been brought to bear. If you're not getting a whole bunch of calls, which I am, because I'm a business and I seek out those types of opportunities, but I'm getting a bunch of calls about loans and credit cards, which you probably are getting as well, that pop up on your emails or things of that nature. Again, explore them. Don't give anyone your information until you are ready to sign on that dotted line. But before then, just do your due diligence of exploring and making sure, hey, do I really need it? If I don't need it, then don't get it. If I need it for a true purpose, make sure it's going to work out for both you and the other party. But if it's only working out for that other party, you might want to reconsider. So digital assets are broadly defined as any digital representation of value which is recorded as a cryptographically secured distributed ledger or any similar technology as specified by the secretary. Digital assets include but are not limited to convertible virtual currency and cryptocurrency. All right, so that means anything that is coming through that electronic understanding. We do a lot of electronic transactions, Cash App, what's that other one? PayPal. There's a lot of things that are being done in that manner. Even when you have direct deposit, that is an electronic understanding of assets being sent from one institution to the next institution digitally. So it makes it more convenient, but also, again, it makes it also problematic. So you got to be very, 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 very careful with these types of new introductions of transaction methods. There are some benefits to them and there are some hindrances to them. But I'm telling you right now, all of this ties into making sure that you have the ability to understand, is this a plus or a negative for my financial literacy understanding? And if it's not, again, walk away from it. There's a lot of components, a lot of things that as you are building that financial knowledge, you're going to have to, again, trial and error. An error is not meaning that I'm doing bad. An error means that I'm just learning. I'm learning now ways of being able to navigate. And it's okay to make some falls. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to get a little dirty. Make sure you have somebody there who can lift you back up, dust you off, and put you right back out there. Don't be risk averse. Definitely stop. We have to stop because that has only hindered us. It's prevented us. And now it's stagnating us. Our wages are already stagnated. We already know that we're not getting the understandings from our elected officials in the manner in which we should, but we can do more for us. Stocks. You're going to have to start investing. Just start investing. $1, $2, $5, $10. If we stop spending and start investing, obviously, as I stated, make sure you're getting a good return. If you're not getting a good return, then you're investing for somebody else. Just plain and simple. If you're not getting a good return, you're investing for somebody else because they are definitely going to get a good return. And they're betting on you not to understand the difference. I'm telling you now, start investing. Start putting your money to work in the products that you already have in your house. If you buy Clorox or Tide or Dawn or whatever it is, start thinking about investing and owning the company. It's also part of that financial literacy understanding. Stocks. A stock, also known as equity, is a security that represents the ownership of a fraction of the issuing corporation. So instead of owning the product, own the company. Units of stocks are called shares, which entitles the owner to a portion of the corporation's assets and profits equal to how much stock they own. Start investing. If you do not know how, please seek out a wise counsel, someone who understands it. My lane is credit. I'm just talking about financial literacy. I'm just talking about financial intelligence. I'm just talking about the components that you're all going to need to make sure that that foundation that you are attempting to build or create has the ability for those four walls and that roof. The foundation of anything must be secured. Once you have it secured, then you can do whatever you want. And this is what this is all about. I'm not telling you, oh, come to me because I'm going to give you the best stock advice in the whole wide world. That's not my lane. My lane is credit. You want to know everything and anything about credit? Definitely pick up that phone, give me a call, because I got you covered in that area. My lane is credit. But what I'm talking about today, is about making sure that you possess the financial literacy, the financial intelligence to be able to go back out there tomorrow and make wise, savvy, smart, intelligent financial decisions. Because if you don't, you still have time. As I stated at the beginning of this conversation, you have roughly a year and 8 months to get it together. And if you do, I'm promising, I'm guaranteeing, I'm letting you know you're going to be A-OK. It's just that simple. You're going to be A-OK. You just have to want it more, and I'm going to constantly keep saying, more than those who are offering it to you. And this is all this is, a offer, recommendations to what we as the working poor and the middle class have to start doing. We have to stop listening to the pundits and those who are multi-gazillionaires. It's nice to watch Shark Tank. It's nice to watch all of those investment shows and be online and learning this and learning that and learning this and learning that. I love the trial and errors of, but you got to start thinking about that financial literacy. Am I making the wise and smart decisions with my everyday resources? And once you are doing that, then you'll start seeing, oh my goodness, I have more that I can start putting into other areas. You've heard that saying, don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Well, far too many of us have one employer. That's all your eggs in one basket. And we're not even diversifying or putting that money into other areas too. We're getting it, and we teach our kids to get it and go right out and spend it. Spending at inflation rates to 6%. As I just told you, 2 years ago it was 1.32. You should be saving, or you should be investing. Savings is not the ideal thing, but again, it allows for you to put that money to the side and wait for better opportunities that will definitely come. But you got to know someone. But first, before you know someone, you have to know for yourself that I'm talking to someone who doesn't think I'm just a stone cold dummy who doesn't know nothing about how my money works. You have to know about your situation first. You have to know before you get into any type of a business dealing with anyone when it comes to your resources. You have to know a little bit more than what we currently don't know. Because if you do, I'm telling you, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. Great partners. The best quality in a partner needs to be with love and trust. The most admirable qualities in a person are love, forgiveness, communication skills, trust, commitment, and friendship. Not to mention sexual and emotional chemistry. Again, that has nothing to do with business, but it's important about creating a great partner, whether you're creating a partner in life or whether you're creating a partner in business or whether you're creating a financial partner. You have to understand these traits. And if these traits are not true for both parties, you're going to get into a relationship, and that relationship might start off at 50-50, but then 51 is going to turn to 49, 49, 48, 52. Next thing you know, you have an upside down relationship. And that goes for any aspect of life, any aspect. Once your business relationships start to get upside down, one side is going to take advantage and the other side is going to start feeling resentful. This is not what you want to have in a great partnership. A great partner is someone who sees it 50-50, eye to eye, all the time. And if you do, you're both gonna win. Both of you are gonna pay off. Both of you are gonna be significantly improving financially, and not just financially. You're gonna be improving on so many areas of your life. And if you have little ones at the house, it's overdue time again that those who have small children, or if you have teenagers, or if you have almost adults, now is the time to start making sure that they understand the importance of equally being financially literate. Because they're young enough to go another 50, 60 some odd years. If you're in your 50s, you're going to go another 50? You're going to go another 60? You better hope and pray that they got something out there that can keep us going that long. But if they don't, you saw what COVID did. COVID was snatching us up quicker than anything. It's overdue time, folks. Creating great partnerships is going to help you get to where you need to be. What is real estate? This is an asset class that you cannot be without. Working poor and middle class have failed in this area, not due to our own understandings. We failed in this area because we were manipulated, we were deceived, we were prevented from the abilities to get into this asset class that is so profitable. Real estate is a form of real property, meaning that it is something you own that is attached to a piece of land. It can be used for residential, commercial, or industrial purposes, and typically includes any resources on the land, such as water or minerals. So a lot of people got rich real quick just by, scarfing up that land. I don't know if you ever watched that movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, Far Away, where they had that great rush where they were riding them horses and wherever they were in the Midwest trying to get all that land, and they were just putting them stakes in the ground. That was a golden opportunity for people. So those who had obviously made out. Those who didn't, again, I feel sad and horrified by the Indians who got their property taken from them. Taken. But new times, new eras, understand these financial literacy components, understand these financial intelligence pieces, and I'm telling you now, regardless of your income, regardless of your financial status, regardless of your credit, regardless of your knowledge, if you focus on these components, these concerns, you will prosper. Gold. Gold is another asset class that everyone should be looking at and putting into their portfolio. Gold, it's shiny, metallic, and melts easily into bars, coins, and jewelry. It doesn't rust, corrode, or decay. Gold is, gold, but why is gold so valuable? Both in our mind's eye and in reality as a global store of value and means of exchange. All gold does, if the dollar goes down, gold goes up. If something goes down, something else is going up, and more than likely it's that gold. So you want to make sure that in your financial literacy, in your financial intelligence portfolio, that you also have some gold, some stocks, some understanding in gold. Know it, understand it. As I said, these key elements that you're going to learn today, I hope you start implementing these understandings. Start looking into them. Start exploring. Go to the Google device. Go to the World Wide Web and start exploring. Take some notes. Write these things down. And then next week or the week after that, after you've gone through the motions, reach back out. Let us or let someone help you with becoming financially literate. Do not go another day without understanding why and how your money works. If you do, I'm here to tell you, you're going to benefit from it. If you don't, you're going to be crying. You're going to be singing the same old hymns and hemming and hawing and wondering why. And oh my lords, we need to stop. We have to get on point with what's important. And what's important today is making sure that you are financially stable, literate, and you have the ability. Because believe it or not, our money is going to change our political situations as well. And we'll talk about that at another time frame. Because as lovely as it is, it always comes and it goes so fast. So our contact information is, you can reach me at 805-428-9424. That's 805-428-9424. The email that you can reach us at is leveragecreditrecovery@gmail.com. That's leveragecreditrecovery@gmail.com. We are on a wonderful website called Linktree, linktr.ee/leverage credit recovery. find us there. There is a host of wonderful products and services that we already offer. There's a bunch of our videos that are already there as well. You can learn so much just by going to our link tree at Leverage Credit Recovery. And finally, we're on most of those social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, Snapchat. Follow us, like us, join us. I'm telling you, what you're getting is worth every penny. But this is all free, folks, so you're not even paying for it. So I want to wrap this up by telling and asking everyone, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me back. Thank you for welcoming me back. Thank you for everything that you continue to do. I want you to be financially literate. I want you to be financially secure. I want you to be financially stable. Can you do that for me? I'm looking forward to seeing you back here next Tuesday. If you can't make it next Tuesday, see me at the library Saturdays at 12 noon, doing what I do best, which is talk finances with an expert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Soul City Network, thank you very much. Jasmine, Matt, Dr. Yana B, everybody a part of Soul City Network, thank you so much for giving me the time. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Everyone, continue to be safe and well and financially put together. Peace, America.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.